narrow streets of Boston town, where the cobblestones would ring, lived a man of iron, wood, and steel, who bowed to no foreign king. Born of a French refugee in 1734, he learned the trade of the hammer's strike behind his father's door. A master with a silver cup, a master with a flame, but soon a higher calling would be attached to his name. With a patriot's heart and a steady hand, he watched the rising tide, waiting for the spark of liberty to light the dark outside. In the smoke of 1770, when the Boston snow turned red, he carved a bloody massacre to honor the fallen dead. He was a man of action, a son of liberty, who threw the crates into the harbor and turned the tide of tea. He rode as a courier with messages in hand to stitch together the broken hearts across a bleeding land. He didn't wear general stars or write the laws of state, but he held the burning lanterns that decided America's fate. Oh, ride, Paul Revere, through the black of the night. Sound the alarm for the coming of the light. With the courage of a lion and a wisdom so deep, you woke a sleeping nation while the tyrants were asleep. Founding son of the hammer and the forge, you cleared the path for freedom in the shadow of King George. Then came the 18th of April in 75. The moon was high, the harbor dark, but the spirit was alive. Two lanterns in the steeple warned the country of the foe. He rode across the water where the silent warships go. Then he mounted on his horse and he pressed his iron spur, and the sleepy country roads became a dark and dusty blur. To arms, he shouted out, the regulars are out. And he sparked the fire of revolution with that mighty shout. Now Joseph Warren was his brother, his leader and his friend, who sent Paul on that famous ride before his tragic end. Great Warren fell at Bunker Hill in a shallow, nameless grave, stripped of his clothes by British hands, the brilliant and the brave. But Revere had wired an ivory tooth inside the doctor's head, and months later in the dirt he could identify the dead. By the craft of his own hands he brought his fallen brother home, to rest in honored peace beneath the sky's eternal dome. When the smoke of battle cleared away and the independence won, his duty to his country was still far from being done. He was a genius of the metal techs, a giant of the trade. He cast the bells and the heavy cannons where the iron fires played. He rolled the sheets of copper for the State House golden dome, and armored the Constitution to defend our native home. A master of his business and a father to 16, he was the truest citizen this nation has ever seen. Now his silver is in the museums, and his bells still ring out clear, and we still hear the echoes of the ride of Paul Revere. A legacy of courage and a patriot so bold. His story is the greatest that this nation has ever told.
The regulars are coming out!
Yes, his story
to arms!
is the
The British are coming! Awake! Arm yourself!
has ever told.
We are here to honor our ancestor, Paul Revere. His legacy of patriotism lives on. This is the grave of Paul Revere. He warned the colonists the British were coming.
How did he warn them?
He rode his horse to spread the alarm.